with me. Bad man when I got a thing with me.
Coach, thanks very much. Spread between 4th and 6th Streets in downtown Minneapolis. We welcome you inside spacious U.S. Bank Stadium. It can certainly get loud inside this building. And just a few moments ago when the Vikings were introduced, it was downright shaking in here. They're set for football as the Vikings get ready to do battle with Carson Wentz and the Philadelphia Eagles. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Hey, watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. And Rudolph has it left side. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
A first carry for Amir Abdullah. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
It is one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10, just shy of the 30.
Check, cross. Back. Hey, check 24. Leave fly 3. Slam.
Now a 2-time 1,000-yard rusher for the Bears. This is Jordan Howard, and he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Touchdown, defense. Check 43. Check 3. Check 4. Check.
Now Howard. And all the way down to the 26. And he's going to get this all the way down to the Vikings 26. And you talk about great blocking up front. I don't think he was even touched, not a finger on him, until he was brought down to the ground.
I think we heard the whoosh as he went by, didn't we? Right through the gap. No one there, as you outlined. No one touched him at all. A free sprint into the secondary.
Yeah, that's what you call breaking free right there.
Lefty.
This is Corey Clement, the 3rd-year back from Wisconsin, and taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Add this game to the last one, and they move the ball over 50 yards in 2 plays.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Go. 180. 54. Right. 54. Target. Hatchet.
first down, they run with Howard. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down. Bear in mind, that wasn't a big lineman back there for the tackle for loss. That was a cornerback.
So are you saying the myth has been shattered? That all of them are not just cover corners? Some of them actually will stick their nose in and tackle when necessary? That's what we just saw, isn't it?
On 2nd and 15 now. Wentz. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Check 31, check 31. Switch.
Lift by two. Ram.
On third down, this is Howard. And they'll hustle up to stop him well shy of the first, right around the 15. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a fourth down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to.
Looking for his tight end Rudolph, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Zach Brown. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
Yeah, he's just trying to throw this ball into the hole in the zone, but those windows can open and close quickly, especially in the middle of the field. So if the timing's not right, we'll see interceptions like that one right there.
I'm going back to you. Check it backer. Jim. Check. Check out route.
Ram.
On first down, Howard.
Jump.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Check 24. No. You got it, grip. Hey, switch gears.
On second down, it's Howard. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
Came out in a power set, but that only served to put more men in the box. And guess what? If you're going to do that, you've got to win up front, right? Your offensive guys have got to beat the defenders. They lost all leverage on that play.
They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6.
Run.
Out of the gun, this is Howard. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
But this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now, and I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
High 7.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down. Pretty fortunate there. The interception that ended the last drive. And then, boom, the first pass here almost picked on this drive.
Yeah, I think you could definitely call into question his decision-making here in the first half.
Certainly not the best of decisions there. Lucky that one wasn't picked. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Leave it. Bring up 48. 2.
Here's Abdullah running right. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. On 3rd down, Cousins. And an alley to run. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
Check 52. He's coming. We got double up. Let's find 7. Under 10.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Howard, and he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
6-0 our score after 1. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession as they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go.
Check. Watch 54. Let's go, D. Shit. He's coming. Double up.
This is Howard on 2nd down. Making the stop there, Daniil Hunter.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
A 3rd field goal of the first half, not what they're looking for as they come up on 3rd down. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. And the penalty, a big assist to this offense. Now it's 3rd and 3.
Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. He's checking.
Lion.
Out.
Black.
Switch it. Come on, switch it.
Go. Great.
Under crunch. Slam.
They'll try to run for it with Howard. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. The ball still a few inches shy of the marker after the 3-yard run. So now a little soul-searching on 4th down. And what they're challenging here is the spot of the ball, and this is probably the hardest challenge to win.
So difficult because the speed of the game, the angles of the cameras, your angle from the sideline watching the play can often fool you into thinking that the ball should be placed in a different spot.
The kick by Elliott is good. And that will make our score 9-0. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They'll be in search of their initial points in the contest, trailing 9-0 as they begin with a first down. An opening there on that first down run as he gets this forward for about 8 or 9. That looks to be 8 officially, so 2nd and 2. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
53 to Mike. 53. Check 53. They can't
Go.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
On play action, Cousins. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Fletcher Cox in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. And keep your eye on that man. 4 sacks last week, 1 there here in the 2nd quarter. He can be so disruptive.
So what was he doing in the 1st quarter? What was going on?
Took a nap.
I think he tried to lull him to sleep a little bit. Like, yeah, okay, maybe you've got me this week. No longer. And with the 4 sacks last week, it's obvious he gets his in flurries.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Mike, 53. 53. Mike. Come on.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Lets it fly for Treadwell. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. Here's Matt Weil now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Oh, it's a wobbler here. Now a fair catch called for and taken here, and that'll set up his guys in great field position.
At the 42-yard line.
Here we go.
Right here. Check nickel. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
Hey, Bunch. Williams.
Watch the whip.
On 1st down, Howard. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
46-yard line.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
Down the man inside.
Check it out,
Great 15.
He's
Man 5-7.
Check 26.
Running with Howard. Now Howard stripped. He lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. Not the trend he wanted to start the season with a fumble lost in both weeks 1 and 2. Now, it's not a disaster, but certainly not what he was looking for.
Got to get that fixed because otherwise he shows up on every scouting report. I remember sitting in defensive rooms and hearing the scouting report from my coaches, and if someone had a particular problem carrying the ball and holding on to it, that was noted. Hey, make sure you give a little extra attention to him. Get after the football. He's dropped it the last couple of games.
Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Behind!
Check 53. Watch the run. Watch the run.
Throw left side on target to Thielen. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
45-yard line.
Let's
Behind! 180!
Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
Check Mike, check Mike.
Check. 53's Mike. Check. 53's Mike. Here we go.
They go play action. Cousins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. Play fake. Cousins. And he's going to go down again. A sack by Brandon Graham. He's been doing that since he entered the league in 2010.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. A little bit of space there for the first down run as that's going to get them about 5 yards. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Watch the pass. Check 3, check 3, check 3. Kill.
6 guys. Check 6 guys. Check 50. Check 50.
What?
Lefty.
Watch twins.
They run with Howard. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Hey, it's just me and you.
Hey, empty.
Shift. Watch the shift.
Hey, watch that. Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
On 2nd and 9, Wentz. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
Check, check. Walk 54. Walk 54. Watch QB drop. Let's find two. Let's find two. Check 99. Check 99. Watch the edge. Shoot. Hey, ram.
On first and goal, Howard. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Now from the 7, here's second and goal.
They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer. Y'all playing the wrong football. Hey, alert 3. Ram. Check. No. Pick the edge. Come. Alert.
They'll try again with Howard. And yet again, he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Great job by this Vikings defense. The Eagles will take their third and final timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. They've been stuffed twice here for losses. Now it's third and goal.
Two Janet. Done. Rip. Hey, we got to get this stop here, D. Check. Smooth. Rip. Hey, one set. Check. Run. Mike, 50. Sunday. Watch the safety creep.
Shotgun now for Wentz. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that, and we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a second and 5.
Check. Crunch. Yellow. 53 the mic.
To throw is Cousins. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. The Vikings on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
First. Let's go.
From the gun, here's Cousins. That's caught by Treadwell. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
John. Hey. Mike.
Play action now. Cousins. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
Brings up second and 10.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
53's the mic. 53. Check 53. I don't think you got it.
Here we go. Bring the energy.
Final play of the half, Cousins. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
Check 3. Check 3.
Check 5-7.
And that'll set them back 5. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard.
Check. Check.
Hey, Bush. Run. Kill. X3, 218, chop it. Sunday.
Twist. Wide. Get wide. Hatchet. Kill.
Again, it's Howard. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Lion.
Check 37.
Check flags. Full goal.
Check 31.
Now Wentz. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, struggles continue. Open targets, and he keeps missing them, pressing way too much. He may have a big arm, but until he learns how to harness it and have some touch, he's going to continue to struggle.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Fielded at the 20. Call it a 48-yard punt. Give them 9, though, on the return. And the Vikings will take over here, first and 10. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here at half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Looking to throw on second down. Cousins. And that's incomplete.
The frustration is definitely setting in because they've thrown it to him over and over, unable to come up with a catch thus far.
I think he knew he would have his challenges against his secondary. I don't think he saw a goose egg at this point in the game. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Hey, Charlie.
Cousins. And that is incomplete. Another drive comes and goes, still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
And now it's the punter Weil on as he sends this one away.
The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you can tempt to play the field position game.
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
They'll begin the drive with Howard. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
82. Hey, wahoo! Win.
On second and 12, Wentz going to look deep for Jeffrey. And that's caught inside the 35. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Now that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
Now they face a second and long following the holding penalty. From the gun, it's Wentz. He's going to float this one deep right side. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Nelson Aguilar, 84 yards. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
On second and 9, Cousins. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Brandon Graham picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, third quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. In on the stop there, Andrew Sendejo.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Cousins now. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. 21 yards there on third down.
It's a gain of 21 yards.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Hey, box drop, box drop.
Check. 53's mine. Check. 53's mine. What we got? What we got?
Here's Cousins. Lets it fly for Thielen. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
So now, following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10.
51, Mike 51.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Rodney McLeod.
As much football as we watch, we've seen this work many times. In the red zone, first down, take a shot at the end zone, and points result. In this case, though, give credit to the defense. They outguessed them, were prepared, and intercepted the pass.
Watch the screen. Kill.
Down the man inside, down the man. Man 5-7.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Check 52. He's coming.
They go with Howard to begin the drive. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Lynch 5-3, Lynch 5-3.
Under 10.
Now Wentz. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play, and guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Five.
Working from the gun, Wentz. Looking for Aguilar, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. But they needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
Running for the first time with a fullback, C.J. Ham. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a 1st down. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
We want this. Two times. Even. 4th down. Even.
Listen to me.
Mike 51.
Gun.
Hey, let's calm down. Hey, let's go. Calm the crowd.
A 1st down throw for Cousins. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Avante Maddox.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Check. Watch 54. I'm here all day. Kill.
Hey, turn it up. Lefty.
Rush in.
Empty.
Alert 3.
They'll run on first down. It's Howard, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Tighten up. He's coming. Double up.
Let's fly two.
Check three.
Watch up.
They go with Howard again. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Yeah, baby.
2-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
120.
54 Mike.
Hey, tight. Ram.
Crash.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. He's going to float this one deep right side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
We'll call that a 49-yard punt with a return of just 2. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
That one good for 20 on the catch and run. Cousins now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Now Cousins. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Fletcher Cox in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. Now they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Cousins now from the 50. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. It'll be a gain of 9, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
A gain of 9 brings up.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
53, Mike. Man, I got you. Out. Slam.
Cousins from the gun on 3rd. And that will be incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
Hey, yo.
53's the Mike.
Hey, exit.
53. You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey, you don't want none.
Cousins to throw for it on 4th. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And the Eagles defense able to hold. The Eagles in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10.
Switch it. Come on, switch it. Ram. Undercut. Slam. No. Check.
On first down, Howard. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Check 13.
Run. Check nickel. Hey, Lou.
On first, they go right back to Howard. And he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line.
I know the game's not over, but there's got to be a sense of satisfaction right now for the guy carrying the football a bunch today. 99 yards, and he has enough time to go over the century mark.
Well, you got to give it to him again, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You're not worried about losing yardage here. You're not worried about any of that. You just want to get him to the promised land for every runner. 100 yards or more in a game.
Watch the run. Whip. Watch the whip. Check.
Let's find 7.
Big ass.
Run.
He's crossing.
Lion.
Check 20.
Boston Scott, his first carry.
Let's go. Run to the ball.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Fourth quarter, you've got the lead. You have to stay in bounds and run that clock. Coaches, that'll drive them crazy.
Sacrifice a yard or two if you have to. Just go down, in bounds, keep that clock going. It's almost like he was caring more about his fantasy stats than it was about winning the game. That has to drive a coach crazy.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
So yet another field goal to end a drive. That has been a very common theme. He's now hit 5 of them in this game.
Yeah, Brandon, as an offense, you hate that you've had to call on your kicker so often, but you have to love the fact that time and time again, he's come through.
Come on now, let's go.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. Good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what
I
happened
think
there.
that factored in.
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
That one, a gain of 20 and a first down. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. So from the 36 now, first and 10. They'll throw again. Cousins. And complete. Right side, the tight end Rudolph. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score.
Hey, 382,
A second down run for Abdullah. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And he's able to find Diggs. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles 16.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. The Vikings on third down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 8. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Vikings on third down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 8. Throwing is Cousins. That is caught inside the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking.
And that'll be caught by Diggs for a Minnesota touchdown. Stephon Diggs, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are able to close the gap just a bit. And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining. Now Cousins going to bring his guys up for the 2-point try.
51 the mic, boys, 51. Now watch run.
To the air again, it's Cousins. And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining. So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none.
46 down, man, 5-4. Protein spill.
Mike 54.
Wentz to throw. Gonna look deep for Jeffrey. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go.
Intended for Alshon Jeffrey. Incomplete. Xavier Rhodes on the cover.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Hey, we got to get to the ball, team.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. So it's a victory here for the Philadelphia Eagles. And I think the game balls need to be distributed on the defensive side of the football, and I bet that you would agree.
Yeah, if you hold a team under 10 points, that's a job well done. Really well done. So I would say